What's going on, everybody out in YouTube land, and welcome back to a new episode of GBA. In this episode, we are going to go over my video game pickups over the last 3 weeks or so. This is kind of a wide range of video games here, and I've got quite a few to go through, so I'm going to move through these pretty quickly. I will stop and talk about a few of them that I feel like I have a couple things to say about them that's interesting or whatnot, or games that I like quite a lot. But guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and start showing the video game pickups I have accumulated over the last 3 weeks or so. So, as usual, we will start with handheld stuff. So most of this stuff, honestly, I've gotten out of Video Games Monthly or Retro Game Treasure. So first up, for the original Game Boy, we have Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back for Game Boy. Next up, we have Spot, the video game. For original Game Boy, we have Disney's The Jungle Book. And last up on the original Game Boy, we have Cube Billion on the original Game Boy. Alright, so next up for the Nintendo DS, I went ahead and picked up New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. Now, I actually had this game when it came out, brand new, and my wife and I both enjoyed this a whole lot. We spent a lot of time playing this game. She got a little bit frustrated with it, but I powered on. I almost beat this game. I never quite got to the end. So one of the main reasons why I decided to pick this up again is because I want to beat this game. And I know a lot of people have some negative things to say about the new Super Mario Bros. Games, but I actually quite enjoy them a lot. And this was the first one, and man, when I first played this game, I was so happy to have a new 2D platforming Mario game. But yeah, so for the Nintendo DS, New Super Mario Bros. On the DS. And I picked this up for a great deal, and it's complete in box. So that's awesome. And very, very happy to add this to the collection again. I haven't had it for a long time. So next up, for the Nintendo 3DS, we have Super Mario 3D Land for the 3DS. So I really like Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U. I've never played 3D Land on the 3DS though, and I know this game started out that series or whatnot, so I'm looking forward to really digging deep into this game. I did try it out, but I haven't spent a ton of time playing it. But if it's anything like the Wii U version of 3D World, I'm really, really going to like this. So yeah, for the 3DS, Super Mario 3D Land. And once again, this was complete. And like I said, I got this for a really good deal. And I don't pick up too many 3DS games, but this is definitely one that I wanted. Alright, so that pretty much does it for the handheld games. Let's move over to the Nintendo Switch games that I've gotten over the last couple weeks. Now, all of these games came from limited run games. I'm just going to throw that out there to begin with. But we have Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. So I've never played this, and to be honest with you, this probably isn't my kind of game. But like, judging by the back of it, this got all kinds of good reviews and awards and different things like that. So I'm sure it's probably a fun game and a lot of people really like it, but like I said, I just don't think that I'm going to enjoy this game a whole lot. But yeah, got it nonetheless. It's sealed. To be honest with you, I don't know when I'm going to open it. Alright, so this game I got from Limited Run Games is insanely fun. If you like Contra, I highly suggest you play this. If you don't have the physical version, I'm guessing you can download it in the eShop, but we've got Blazing Chrome on the Nintendo Switch. But yeah, like I said, this game reminds me so much of the classic NES and Super Nintendo Contra games. So definitely, if you guys like those run and gun kind of games, you definitely need to try Blazing Chrome on the Nintendo Switch. And I think this was on PS4 and maybe some other systems too. Alright, for the Nintendo Switch, a game I don't know hardly anything about, we have Wander Song. Like I said, I really can't tell you much about this game because I honestly don't know anything about it. And last up for Nintendo Switch, another game I haven't really played, we've got Blasphemous. I could tell by the pictures on this one that this might be pretty fun, and it looks like something I could enjoy. But like I said, I've never played it, and I'm looking forward to giving it a shot at some point in time. But yeah, Blasphemous on the Nintendo Switch. Alright, so those are the 4 Nintendo Switch games that I've added over the last couple weeks. We'll put those to the side and carry on here. So let's go with the original PlayStation next. I only got 4 games here, and I picked these all up in a lot, and it was like super cheap. I think I ended up paying about $1.75 per game. But we've got Knockout Kings, Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling, and the 2 games that I wanted the most out of this lot, these games mean a lot to me. I absolutely love arcadey style sports games. But we have NFL Blitz on the original PlayStation. And we've got NFL Blitz 2001 on the original PlayStation. Like I said, the NFL Blitz games, they hold a special place in my heart. I absolutely love these. I still play the arcade version of NFL Blitz to this day. As a matter of fact, I was playing it a couple nights ago for a while. Yeah, but so those are the original PlayStation games I picked up. And like I said, I got all these in one fell swoop. Alright, so moving right along, I guess we'll do Nintendo GameCube next. Alright, so first up on the GameCube, we have One Piece Grand Battle. We have 007 Nightfire. I've had a couple people tell me that this is a real fun first-person shooter, so I'm looking forward to spending some time with this game. We have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3. Really, really fun arcade style racing game. We've got Burnout 2 Point of Impact. I've never played a Burnout game that I don't like, so I love all the Burnout games. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus. We have Beautiful Joe. We have Beautiful Joe 2. We have Beautiful Joe Red Hot Rumble. Super Monkey Ball 2. Bomberman Generation. And last but certainly not least, we have Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. I must say, I just love the Metroid Prime games. It was really, really cool how Nintendo brought this into the first-person, shooter type genre of game. and they did a fantastic job with it. And to this day, I'm still really looking forward to Metroid Prime 4 for the Nintendo Switch. I mean, whenever it does come out. But yeah, so last up, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. And I've mentioned in a couple videos, but my GameCube collection just went over 200 titles, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm just keep on getting games that I can find, you know, for a decent price, obviously. Alright, so next up, let's go ahead and do Nintendo 64 games. I've only got 5 games here, so this shouldn't take too long. Alright, so first up on Nintendo 64, we have Wale Country Club. We've got Virtual Chess 64. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. These games are so much fun. If you guys haven't played these, I strongly recommend them. But it's just an arcadey boxing game. We've got Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2. I originally played these games on the Dreamcast, but the N64 versions are a lot of fun too. So yeah, if you guys haven't tried these and you like arcadey boxing games, definitely give these a try. And last up, we have Pilot Wings 64. So I really enjoy the Pilot Wings game on Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64. I find these a lot of fun. I know some people don't like them too much, but I actually really enjoy Pilot Wings. So yeah, those are the 5 Nintendo 64 games I picked up, and I'm happy to add these to the collection. Alright, so next up, let's go ahead and show Sega Master System. I've only got 2 games, so this shouldn't take long at all. We have a Sega Master System card game. We've got Spy vs. Spy. So yeah, this is actually my very first Sega Master System card game. So that's pretty cool. I'm finding it harder and harder to find Sega Master System games that I need that aren't super expensive. Because if I remember correctly, I know I've got over 60 Sega Master System games now. So it's definitely getting harder to find games that I don't have that are still fairly affordable. So next up on the Master System, we have Cyborg Hunter. So yeah, I mean, 2 pretty cool games that I added to my Master System collection over the last few weeks. Alright, so moving right along, we'll show some Sega CD games next. Alright, so first up for the Sega CD, we have Prize Fighter. Alright, so next up we have Black Hole Assault. This was disc only, but I went and printed out the artwork and put it in a DVD case. Next up we have Sewer Shark. Same basic principle. This was a loose disc game and I printed out some artwork for it. Alright, so next up we have Supreme Warrior. This is a terrible game. Alright, so we have Lethal Enforcers 2 Gunfighters. Sorry about that, tongue-tied. Alright, so next up we have Star Wars Rebel Assault. This is a really fun game on the Sega CD. This is one that I recommend if you guys have a Sega CD and you're looking for some games to play. Next up, we've got Time Gal. Alright, so we've got Space Ace. So we've got Star Wars Chess next. And with a lot of these, if you see them in these DVD cases, I did get loose disc games and I just printed out some artwork and put them in DVD cases. They look good on the shelf, so that's all that matters to me. But yeah, Star Wars chess. So the final two games that I'm super happy to add to my collection, they were both disc only. But like I said, I just, printed out artwork and they look good with the rest of them. So for Sega CD, we've got BC Racers, which is a fairly hard game to get for the Sega CD at a decent price. This game gets a lot of crap, and I mean, it's not a good game by any means, but it's also not really bad either. I actually can put this in for about 15 minutes and have a little bit of fun with it, but I think it just gets a lot of hate for no apparent reason. But yeah, so BC Racers for the Sega CD. And a game that I've been looking to add to my collection for a while. Shooters are some of my favorite games, and for Sega CD, you can't get much better than Robo West. So once again, this was disc only, but I went ahead and got some artwork in a DVD case. Robo West is such a fun shooter. The graphics are good, the music is really good. It's got a lot of challenge to it, but for those of you who don't know, this is kind of like a spiritual sequel to Musha on the Sega Genesis. So if you haven't, give this a try, and if you don't want to buy the disc, play it in an emulator or something like that, because you won't be disappointed. This is a really fun game. Alright, so last up on Sega CD, we have the big box version of Lethal Enforcers. So, for those of you who don't know, this comes with the actual gun in it. I was wanting to pick this one up for a while, and I finally found one for a decent price, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. So yeah, just really happy to have this. I had this on Sega Genesis when I was a kid, and I loved this game. It's very easy, and once you play through it once, there's not a whole lot of replay value, but I really like Lethal Enforcers. So I'm happy to add this to my Sega CD collection. Alright, so moving right along, guys, I think we're down to the final two systems. We'll go ahead and show Super Nintendo, and then we'll go to the NES games. Alright, so for Super Nintendo, first up, we have Super WrestleMania. Lethal Weapon. We have Gem Power, The Lost Dimension in 3D. We have T2, the arcade game. We have James Bond Jr. We've got The Untouchables. Hey Punk, Are You Tough Enough? Power Ranger Zeo Battle Racers. Zool. We've got Uniracers, which is a really fun, fast-paced racing game. Definitely play this if you haven't. We have Aero the Acrobat. This is a really fun, kind of like a action platformer game. This was basically made back in the day when, everybody was trying to make the next video game mascot after Sonic the Hedgehog came out. But Aero the Acrobat, it's not that bad. I actually really like the graphical style of the game, and I kind of have a good time with it. Next up, we've got Spawn. A game I'm really happy to add to the collection. I really haven't had a time to sit down and try it out yet, but a lot of people love this game. We have Disney's Goof Troop on Super Nintendo. We have The Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. And last up on Super Nintendo, the game that I'm most happy to add to my collection, this is a really fun platforming game. We have the Jetsons' Invasion of the Planet Pirates. So yeah, definitely happy to get this, and this is one I've been looking to add to my Super Nintendo collection for a while. Alright, so that is the Super Nintendo games that I've picked up over the last, few weeks or so. Really happy to add those to my collection. My Super Nintendo collection has grown a lot over the last year or so. I think I'm sitting at just over 250 Super Nintendo games now. So I'm definitely enjoying that system and always looking to add more games to it. So last up, let's go ahead and show the NES games. Alright, so first up we have City Connection. It's getting harder and harder to find Nintendo games that I need, because I'm sitting at about 528 games currently, but there still is a lot of these cheaper games that I just didn't have. We have The Great Waldo Search. We have Star Voyager. We have Milton Bradley's Digger T. Rock: The Legend of the Lost City. Next up for NES, we have Tombs and Treasure. We've got Cobra Command. We've got Romstar's Twin Eagle. The Legend of Cage. Fisher-Price Perfect Fit. This is a really fun shooter for the NES. We have Dragon Spirit. This is a really fun game on the NES as well. This meshes up a lot of different game styles, so the gameplay switches up, which is always fun. We've got Vice Project City Doom. Really fun. If you get a chance, play this one. We've got Pirates. Kid Nicky Radical Ninja. The Bard's Tale. We've got Boulder Dash. This is a really fun game too if you guys get a chance to play it. We have Shadow of the Ninja. We have Rainbow Islands. TNC Surf Designs Thrilla's Safari. We have Ninja Gaiden 3, The Ancient Ship of Doom. This is a fun Ninja Gaiden game, but honestly I do prefer the first and second game over this one. But this is one I needed to pick up, so I went ahead and grabbed it. And last up, a really fun game on the NES. One of my favorites of all time. We have RC Pro-Am 2. If you want to play this, I suggest picking up the first game. It's a lot cheaper than the second game. The second game just does everything a little bit better in my opinion. So definitely play this if you get a chance. If you don't want to purchase the cart, fire up an emulator and try it. This is really, really fun. But yeah, RC Pro-Am 2, and that is the last game. So that's the last game overall. Those were my pickups for the last few weeks. As you can see, I added quite a few games, and most of these I've been wanting for quite a while, and I'm happy to get them in the collection. So I can finally put these things up on my shelves now, which is going to be great because it free up one of my couches. But guys, I want to say thank you so much for tuning into this episode of GBA and watching my pickups video. I hope you enjoyed the selection of games I picked up. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite game was out of all these. I would love to know. And let me know if you have any questions about any of these games. Maybe I can answer them if you do. But guys, I think I'm going to end the video here. Go open up some more boxes. Maybe play some of these games. Try to enjoy the rest of my evening. I hope you do too. So until next time, everyone, I'll see you later.